Yes, but no. Alright, so we're not chasing with it. Meh. It'd be a lot easier with wood. Slowly, but surely. What's up, Quinoa? How are you? I'm practicing to figure out how we're going to engrave the logo into micarta, because canvas micarta is a weird material, and I'm not exactly an engraving master yet. So we're practicing before we do it on the actual knife. Which is this beautiful tanto. We got this big tanto. We're going to engrave the logo on the handle on both sides. Lady, speak of the devil. Just who we wanted to see. We're doing some practice runs. Rusty, what is up? So I have a question for y'all. But first, let's do the things. Okay, so in case anybody was wondering, this tanto, this commission, is for Lady Naginata here. Rusty and Lady stream on Rusty Rhymes channel. Do a whole lot of cooking, some talk show type stuff, variety of things really, but mostly cooking. Awesome energy, awesome time, awesome vibe. So I'm not taking these off yet because I'm going to round this just slightly. Probably take like a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch off the end. But we got the handle fit. And we got the sanding, like the shaping done. But we need to bring it up to a level of finish. Final finishing, obviously, before it gets shipped out. But the handle is done. Mostly done. Etching is done. So the question is, hang on, because we were talking a little bit about
hold on to your butts.
Thank you. Free Heathen, welcome in. Thank you for those butt holding biddies. I am holding my butt tight. Good to see you, my friend. How are you? Do the thing. Do the thing. Speaking of awesome vibes, awesome people, check out Free Heathen. .3D printing, 3D modeling extraordinaire. Heckin' awesome person. Okay, so the question, I figured it'd be easier if we could talk through it on stream, right? Because, you know, there are some display stands where you can display it blade side down, but typically most stands you're doing it blade side up. But my thought was, if you're doing it blade side down, you would want to put the logo this way, right? Because then when it's in hand, let me move around to the other side. Because then it's the right way when it's in your hand. But the other side, what you would have on the other side would be the same but opposite. It would be like this. Right? So it's still right side up, regardless of which hand it's in. Now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, lady, but I think what you were saying is that you wanted it reversed on one side so that if it was displayed blade down on this side, the logo would be the correct way, and then if it was displayed blade up on the other side, the logo would still be the correct way. So the question is, which one of those okay. So on the left, so when you're holding it, on the left side, the logo would be like this. So this is the left side of the blade right here on the camera. So you'd have the logo here. But instead of keeping the logo, because normally what you would do would be, you'd normally have the logo like this. So it's still, it's right side up on both sides. But what you're saying is that you want it reversed so that if you could display it either way, blade side up or blade side down, and all you'd have to do is flip it this way or this way. Is that right? Because I can do that too. Okay, I got it. I'm tracking. So upside down on the right side is what we're doing. And I was thinking about, so when I did coffee etch this, and I got it really, really dark, so that the core steel was very, very dark, but I felt like the Damascus ended up being too dark because it's a very fine pattern, because it's a high layer count. So I ended up buffing it so it's a little bit lighter, you know, so I kind of lightly sanded it. So the edge steel isn't quite as dark, but it leaves a really bold line at the separation between the two. But if you don't like that and you want the whole thing dark, I can do that. Okay, we'll leave it as is then. In that case, those are the only questions that I had. I didn't want to make an assumption that I understood what you were saying and then end up getting it wrong and having to redo the handle. So, now that we have that sorted out, we'll go back to practicing on some other micarta, because micarta is a weird material for carving. And I'd rather not have to redo the whole handle. Heathen, you are just a dude, but you're a cool dude. Okay, wait, now I'm confused. What's up, Spectre? How are you? Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, okay. So when it's sitting on a display, you want the handle on the left of the blade, is what you're saying. Okay. All right. Well, so what that's going to do then, and I'm assuming I'm tracking now, and I think you already are aware of this, but just to confirm. So what that'll mean then, if it's in hand, the logo's upside down if it's in your hand. But you want the handle always on the left when it's sitting in a display, and the logo right side up when it is sitting on display. Okay. Now I'm tracking. I'm sorry. I thought we also wanted it right side up when it was in your hand, but that's not the case. So when it's in hand, the logo will end up being upside down. I got it now. Oh, and I didn't show you. We did the focus. Yeah, I mean, you can still see it anyway. The white and black spacers. Stalkertron, what is up, my friend? Good to see you. Yeah, we got most of the shaping on the handle done. So I'm still going to take the scales off to just kind of lightly round out and bring the scales up even and give us probably a 1/4 inch below the ricasso of space. So the handle scales are going to be shortened and rounded out and finished up a little bit. But before I did that, I wanted to get all the engraving stuff sorted out. And if y'all don't know, Stalkertron here is a phenomenal maker of the blades and the stabby things. Alright. So I'm going to set these aside because I'm tracking now. I am following. Lars Bar, it's going great. How are you? Switch camera real quick here so y'all can see the pattern for everybody that just joined. It didn't, so one of the sides of Damascus forged out a little bit thinner than the other, so that ended up bringing our transition between the core and the Damascus a little higher up. But came out pretty slick. I'm digging it. So I'm practicing. Thanks, Rusty. I mean, if not, we would just redo it, right? Because I want to make sure that it's something y'all are happy with. So, we've got this commission we're doing for Rusty and Lady. Amazing friends of the channel. By the way, once again, I can't say it enough. If you're not already following, give Rusty a follow. Freaking awesome stream, awesome vibe. Super cool. But the handle, we're going to put their logo into the handle on either side. And we're going to do it in a way, I was just clarifying with Lady how she wanted this. And I've got it all sorted out now, so that when it's on a display stand, like a Tanto display stand, regardless of whether it's blade up or blade down, the handle will always be on the left side of the display, and the logo will be facing the correct way to read it. Like so. Now, we've got all that sorted out, but what I said a few times now is that micarta is, I mean, it's a weird material, but it's not, in the sense that you know, this particular micarta is a bunch of layers of canvas laminated together with resin. So kind of like some softer woods with harder fibers, you get these weird spots. It's not a straightforward process to engrave it. It's something that needs some practice before we put it on the final knife. What's up, Nagin? How are you? Thank you for that follow. I think that was Jeff, right? Good to see you. How you doing? Two amazing streams right there. If you're not already following, Chef again. It's just all the awesome people, all the awesome vibes tonight. So you got to do that, and then we got to do ice cream posse. Bam! Oh, y'all are hanging out right now. Nice. What is up? Yeah, I was lurking. I mean, I lurk most days because I'm usually working. 100%, always. So when you're here, shoutouts are free. Shoutouts are open. Shoutout command is open. I strongly encourage shameless self-promotion. So when you're here, do not hesitate or feel bad about shouting yourself out or shouting each other out. I encourage it. Also, if you ever want to post pictures, my links are open. So, you know, if there's any cool work that you've done or art or anything you want to share, drop a link, post a pic in Discord, whatever the case is. We'll pull it up and take a look at it on stream. Speaking of which, don't let me forget, Abora posted some work in Discord that we've got to look at in a minute here. So the challenge here with this micarta, and you can probably see it on camera, you can see all the, because this particular micarta is two-toned, so it's a burlap and canvas, and you can see the color layers, and you can probably see the fibers in there. Alright, so this is all resin, right? This is hard resin, and then you can see all the different layers of burlap and canvas in there. So trying to cut through these fibers and engrave this and get it all nice and even is it's tricky. What's up, Dimmer? Yeah, it was raining. I mean, it was sprinkling here earlier. It's super cloudy right now. It might have rained earlier when I was gone, so I did that morning stream, but I was only on for a few hours because we had to take the girlfriend's mom back to the airport. I think she's been out here for a couple of weeks because the Shield Maiden's birthday was last weekend. It was her first birthday, so the girlfriend's family came out to visit. So her mom was out here for a few weeks, and her dad and brother came out for a few days. So I just took her mom back to the airport earlier. But I got back a lot sooner than I thought I would. You know, the airport's far for me. Traffic wasn't too bad, though. So I figured, you know what? Since tomorrow's Father's Day, I'd rather just get back on and work on this and iron out these details tonight, and then take the day off tomorrow and hang out with the fam. You know? So it might have rained while I was gone. I was only gone for a few hours. I think like 2 hours, 2.5, something like that. We left here at about 3:40, and I got back, yeah, about 2 hours, because I got back around 5:30-ish, something like that. It's a shame. It's a real shame that I can't acid etch this. Thank you, Stalkertron. Yeah, I wasn't sure, right? Because Rusty had said, hey, I'm thinking about doing a knife, and we kind of talked through, and then I ended up talking through with Lady about, and we settled on tanto and kind of doing a modern take on a traditional tanto, right? So we've got micarta, you know, still kind of the traditional shape, but a little bit more of the modern grind. You know, as opposed to a fully traditional tanto. and obviously skipping the Suba and Habaki and all that good stuff. Skipping the wrap, the Ito wrap on it. So, you know, a little bit of traditional, a little bit of modern. And I'm honestly liking the handle a lot more than I thought I would. I didn't think I would dislike it, but I wasn't too sure how I would feel about this shape where it doesn't have any choils for the hands to grab into. So I wasn't sure about that shape combined with it being sanded smooth as opposed to having that flint knap type texture. But I actually like it. And I think as long as I don't go too high on the sanding, so if I keep it right here, I think it'll feel good in the hand. I mean, it's going to be mostly displayed anyway, I believe, but, you know, if I were to take this to a high polish, then I don't know, but we can leave it with, I mean, it's smooth, but you can feel a little bit, you can feel just enough of the fiber texture to have a good grip on it without it, you know, feeling like it's not supposed to be there, or like it's sanded too rough. So I can darken this up real easily with my normal finishing. Feels great. I like it. I'm really digging it. But it is absolutely, so they wanted to incorporate the logo some way. And my first thought was that we'd be doing a wooden handle and we could just use the chisels and the graver to knock stuff out. But with the colors and the feel and the aesthetic that we're going for, micarta makes a lot more sense. And I've never engraved into micarta like that. So this is a first. And I'm liking it. It's interesting, it's a challenge. But we'll just take our time, and that's why we practice on the spare micarta. But the nature of the material makes it kind of difficult to use the gravers. At least push gravers. Maybe an air graver would do better. I don't know. I don't have an air graver, so I couldn't say. I think if I get in here and kind of hit it with the X-Acto knife first, that it makes it a lot easier for the graver to do what it needs to do. Did you get any shop time in recently, Stalker? I know Steady's been, he's not, you know, doesn't have his shop, but Steady's been able to get some hammering time in. Not sure if he met somebody out there that's got a forge or what the deal is there. Nice. If you want to share any of your work, feel free. No pressure, though. No obligation. No worries. Yeah, if you ever feel like it. I like to promote and support all the awesome friends, awesome makers. So, it's always open. This little spot's gonna be a pain in the ass. All right. Now, I'm a little undecided how I'm going to do the circle around here. So, we're going to stop there for a second, take a look at the work that Abora tried. He was making his first knife, doing some stock removal, so we'll check out his progress, and then just lightly grind this off with the sander and see what it looks like. Ah, I appreciate that, Dimmer. Yeah, I mean, why not? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It to each their own, right? But it bothers me when people are real shitty about supporting other people. Like, obviously, there's you know, a little bit of decorum, right? But you know, as long as people aren't assholes, like, I would rather people talk about what they do, because, you know, who knows? They might do some really cool shit, or, you know, maybe somebody wants to watch something other than me, and they find somebody new because of it. That's cool. I don't mind. Like, you know, if somebody would rather be somewhere else than be here, I mean, they're not going to be here if they don't want to be here. But maybe if they find something that's more in line with, you know, with what they vibe with, then hey, that's cool. Then, You know, something positive came out of it. So this is the stock removal that Abora started. That's a really good start. And yeah, don't forget to drill. Don't be me. And forget to drill your holes before you heat treat every single time, and then have to either draw your temper back or punch through with carbide bits because you forget every single fucking time. Drill the holes first. But that's not a bad start. I mean, obviously there's some areas that you can clean up that I'm sure you're going to clean up on the grinder for the profile. You know, like I would on that chef knife, I wouldn't keep the spine quite so straight. Like I'd smooth down that hump, and I'm sure you've noticed that, and you know already. So just kind of a nicer transition, and then the same thing with the blade side, right? So you want more of a gentle curve, like a nice belly to it, so you can rock. You don't want such a straight edge, but you know, that's stuff that you do on the grinder anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, it's a really good start. It's a really good start. Just mask up when you do the micarta. What's up, Big Gamey? I mean, so there's a lot of preference too when it comes to chef knives and knives in the kitchen. You know, not everybody has the same preference, both amongst users and makers, right? So best thing, if you're not really sure, and you probably already have an idea of exactly what you're doing, but if not, or if you just want more inspiration, just scroll through Google Images, checking out different chef knife profiles. I personally am a fan of something, not too large, but that's partly because of the way that I hold the chef knife. Oh, duh, I'm on the wrong camera. So, you could probably get away with a bigger belly on a lot of chef knives, and I think on a lot of commercial knives you'll get a little bit larger of a belly down here. But I like a little bit more sleek and narrow, but it's got a... I'll switch over here and I'll show you. So, now you probably can't see, there's not a whole lot of flat here. The blade is off of the anvil, like right here. Right where this X-Acto blade is where this blade is off the anvil, so there's a lot of room for rocking. Because you want that in a chef knife. I typically hold my chef knives like this. And instead of a pinch grip this way, I do it like this, so I've got a little bit more leverage, and I don't know, it's just how I'm comfortable holding it. As opposed to holding it like this, if you're doing a whole fist, you probably want a little bit more belly in the knife to keep your knuckles away. I mean, I do have big hands, but so you'd probably want a little bit more belly. I don't use knives that way. I like them more nimble. So I use them and make them this way. But whereas if I had the straight all the way to here, it's not going to work very well for being a chef knife. I mean, it will, but it won't. Like they'll be... It'll leave something to be desired. Infant Punch, thank you for that follow. Hope you're having a great day. Let's knock the paper off of this and see how it looks. See if there's anything we want to change. Quite a bit. Okay. So it did work pretty well on the on the parts where we went pretty deep. But I think what we're going to need to do is probably do a more pronounced circle around the edge. So I'm going to test this on evening out the bottom and see how that feels, how it looks. Oh, that actually does pretty good. Alright, I think the Dremel is going to be the way to go. We'll just need to take our time with the diamond bits instead of the carbide burr. So I'll try one more. Actually, we have room to do two more. Well, we have room to do more than two more, but we're going to do two more right now. I might need to make the logo bigger too. That's always an option. Give that a second to dry. Also, Dimmer, a 5-inch chef knife is, I mean, that's a pretty short chef knife. But, you use what's comfortable. For me, that's a short knife. That's like a paring knife or something. I mean, that's like that. Hi! What are you doing? What? Yeah, I mean, I can't pick her up. I'm covered in dust that she shouldn't touch. Hi. Mwah. Daddy, have a kiss? Mwah, thank you. You're cute. Mwah. Yeah. Adorable baby. Yeah, like for a normal sized human, it was a what, like a dagger, basically. Mwah. No, she was just telling you that bows go in the hair. Oh, I need to wear the bow? Okay. It's so pretty. That's you. That's you. Is my beard pretty now?
Yes.
Is it pretty? Ow.
Thank you.
High five. Yay, good job. Can you say hi? Say hi. Hi, chat. Say hi, chat. Are you sleepy again? Did you wake up too early? It's my water. That's my water. Water. No, don't stick your drooly fingers in there. What's up, J10? Hi. Water. Water. Wait, that's drink. What's water?
I don't remember if that's water or drink, but I think
That's a damn pretty beard if I do say so myself. The bow just ties it all together. No worries, lurk away, my friend. Could you grab me a soda? Could you grab me a soda? For a favor? Thank you. Alright. Get back to work. Alright. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that I should blow this up. Make it slightly larger. Let me see if I have Photoshop installed on this machine. Always. What? Yeah, I know. Thank you.
don't need that.
No. Is that the only Photoshop that I have? Shit. Must be on my other laptop. Okay. Well, we'll do another practice run with this. Size. Stop making noise at me. Actually, let's see if it'll let me.
What do you need? You want a 50?
200 by 200. Alright, we're gonna try something here, chat. Give me a second. Oh yeah, the little shield maiden, no, she cannot use the, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. She's not allowed to use the, she's too little. She just turned 1. Alright, we're gonna make some changes here. There it goes. Okay. Do it red for now, just so we can see the size. Yeah, 10 is too big. No worries, lady. I'm just modifying the logo a little bit so it translates better. Alright, let me see how this looks printed. Son of a bitch. Alright, let me run and grab the other computer and print this real quick. I will be right back.
Emotional damage.
Alright. We got to take this. And drop this here. Alright, so I've got 2 copies printing. Let me go grab them real quick. Alright, we've got 2 more printed. Fuck you, Spider. The fuck are you doing? Nothing now, because you're dead. You dead as fuck. Alright. No, this motherfucker was sitting there. First, it was on my arm, and then he was like, jumped off my arm onto the thing, and it wasn't a jumping spider. I like jumping spiders, they're adorable. It was just something else, but he was like sitting there. He was small. You know, it wasn't big, it was a small little spider, but he was sitting on the bench between, like right underneath the computer, so he was kind of sitting on the side, but he had like 4 of his legs, 4 of the 8 legs were out in front of him, and he was just looking at me like, come at me, bro. Motherfucker was trying to fight. So I had to put a stop to that shit. So you came to the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker. Alright, that will work. It'll be easier to carve. Slightly larger. But I think the other size is probably too big. Try it. Yeah, it's too big. No, the motherfucker was trying to fight me. He said, fight me, bro. And I said, okay. I said he came to the wrong neighborhood. Now I've got super glue all over my fingers. Yeah, I've got it set where you earn quite a bit. And so I said, there's plenty of time to max out tickets. Which I suppose I should have just set it lower. Or if I was going to set it so high where everybody could just max out in a few streams, that I should have just capped it at 1 ticket. Because it would have been the same thing, but I don't know. Too late now. Look here, if I don't cut myself, it hasn't been a productive day. Yeah, so loud. Thank you, BitGaming. I appreciate it. You know, there are, I'm not soliciting your bits, but there are, if you want to get something back for your biddies, in my panels, there are some redeems. So the next time you ever felt like dropping biddies, you can watch something stupid. Deborah, thank you for that lurk, my friend. Wait, what? Why didn't I see that notice? Oh no, it hit a spot where it didn't carve like it should. Alright, was that a bug, or did somebody actually redeem that? Oh no, BitGamey actually redeemed it. It was just a bug. BitGamey, I got you. Skull. Oh, I have. Let's see. You know what? I'll give you 2 of them. Because there's 2 that are right around that range. There is this one. What's up, consummate nerd? How goes it?
Now for wrath, now for ruin, and the
Up.
red dawn.
What's up, Raiders? Okay, we'll give it a second. What's up, Shanigans? How are you? Deep Sea Leviathan, good to see you. How have you been? Alright, we're going to give it a second, and then BitGamey, I'll come back and give you the 2 that are right on either side of that, that redeem. So here's what we're doing. So first, hang on a second here. That's not the right screen. Oh my god, complete darkness. What happened? I'm just kidding. It's one of my video sources. And everything's hidden until they're activated. Welcome, Raiders. Shanigans, good to see you. How was your stream? Tell us all about it.
Now for wrath, now for ruin, and the red dawn.
JMB. Welcome in. Back-to-back raids. What's up, friends?
Now stand back, I gotta practice my stabbing.
So, friends, if you're not already following Shanigans or JMB, you know what to do. Click the links, do the things. Follows are free. If it's your first time here, welcome. I am Lone Mountain. I am Twitch's most okayest bladesmith. I'm a maker and purveyor of stabby and slicey things. Like this. And these. And this one that we're working on tonight, which is it's a bit dark to see it. There we go. Damascus San Mai.
Now stand back, I gotta practice my stabbing.
Thank you, Greg Lade and Traveling Ham, for the follows. Welcome in. JMB, Shanigans, how were the streams? How did it go? Tell us all about it. Also, if you're new here, shout-out command is open. I strongly encourage shameless self-promotion. If you do anything here on Twitch, tell us about it. Share it. Give yourself a shout-out. Give your friends a shout-out. Shout each other out. I encourage it.
Stand back, I gotta practice my stabbing.
What's up, Panda? How are you? Consummate nerd, I have. It's not... So, yes. I can make slicey leather things. I typically do fixed blades. So, I did... JMB has one. JMB commissioned a head knife that I did for him. So, I would say ask JMB how he feels about it. If he likes it, dislikes it, what he does like or doesn't like about it. Hicksy, HCKS Texas, makes some really awesome leather tools, skiving knives, head knives, all that good stuff. But Traveling Ham, holy shit, coming in hot, 2,000 bits. That was, I appreciate that. Entirely unnecessary. It is free to watch, my friend. No worries, Panda. I appreciate it, as always. It's good to see you. I hope you have a fantastic night. Go rest up. Alright, let's scroll back up. Shanigans is doing laser things with a 10-watt diode. You built a new laser. Ooh. Shanigans, did you put it on a shark? Tell me you put it on a shark. Or do you plan to put it on a shark? Huh? Also, aside from shoutouts being open, links are open too. So if anybody, not everybody streams, but a lot of folks still do really cool things, right? Like you make awesome art, maybe you build stuff, maybe you make knives, maybe you make whatever, freaking laser beams, maybe you make sharks, maybe you make sharks with freaking laser beams. I don't care what it is. If you make stuff and you feel like sharing it, drop a link in chat or post it in Discord and let me know and we'll pull it up and take a look at it on stream. You know, because I like to see all the work that everybody else has going on, and I like to share that with the friends. Because we have a lot of awesome folks from so many different communities that come in and hang out. You know, I don't know. I just like the good vibes, I guess. First affiliate stream is on Monday. Let's fucking go. I don't remember if I did this earlier or not. I'm a terrible stream friend. Give BitGamey a shout out. What time is it at, BitGamey? "9:30 Central. I will be there." I will be there. Friends, BitGamey, 9:30 Central. First ever affiliate stream. Let's fucking go. That's exciting. It's really exciting. Ah, fuck you, Adobe. Stop yelling at me. Oh, this is going to be too much of a pain in the ass to turn that off. Okay. No, I don't want to save. Hey, no worries. I mean, you decide your schedule, right? Like, nobody else dictates to you when you can and can't stream. Unless I get... So, I plan to be there unless I get stuck in a meeting or something. But, you know, I'm usually at my computer during the day, so it should not be a big deal. Now, so, to catch everybody up on what's going on tonight here. We're doing some practice engraving. So, Rusty asked me about doing a commission for Lady. Rusty and Lady stream over on, do another shout out here. If you don't know Rusty, you need to know Rusty. Do a lot of cooking streams, but a lot of, okay. They do a lot of cooking streams, right? But they also do a variety of stuff. Just chatting, we got an awesome show. They were hanging out with Chef Nagin today. And I freaking missed it. I had her up on Lurk, but I don't know if they were on stream with her or not. But anyways, super awesome vibe, super awesome community. Asked me to do a commission for Lady. And then I've been working with Lady on Lady Naginata here in chat. On all the details. So we're doing a tanto that's semi-traditional, you know, so like, okay, you don't know. Let me explain. Words. Hard. It is a modern semi-traditional tanto. So it's really kind of a modern take on a traditional tanto would be the best way to say it. So we're not doing the suba or habaki or any of the other fittings, Ito wrap, none of that stuff. We went with the micarta handle, Damascus sanmai. So there's a core of 1095 steel with a Damascus jacket over it. And a semi-traditional grind. There's no edge on it yet. That'll be the last step. But the ask that Rusty and Lady had was that we incorporate their logo in some way. And etching the logo into the steel, I think, would be a bit much and detract from the Damascus quite a bit. So we are working on practicing how we are going to engrave their logo into the micarta before we actually do it on these handles, because I'd rather not have to redo the handles. But the reason we're doing a lot of practice is because micarta is, I don't know that I'd call it a unique material because it's fairly common, but it's kind of different when it comes to engraving and cutting it in that capacity. The reason being, it's a laminated material. This particular micarta that I'm using for practice and the one on their handle is made out of canvas, and then it's laminated and pressed together with resin, so it's resin and canvas. And this one that's practiced, the practice piece is two-tone, so you can see the difference. You can see the canvas texture, and then you can see the different layers of canvas in there, and it's all held together with resin. So it's just layers and layers and layers of canvas stacked up and soaked with resin and then squished really, really tightly in a press and cured. A lot of times it's baked at a higher heat to cure it. So it's a very durable synthetic material, very hard stuff, but it's challenging to carve and engrave because of all the fibers in there and the resin and which spots are hard, which spots are soft, and the fact that the threads basically go in a grid all throughout it, so it's, you know, kind of challenging getting complex shapes. Yeah, micarta is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal material. But we're just practicing, so we've been practicing different ways that we can engrave this, and I'm seeing which size logo works best for the handle. So I kind of approached it first with chisels to see if we could kind of get the basic shape and slowly work it in. And that's not going to work out too well with the chisels, so we're trying out different Dremel bits and techniques, trying out the push gravers. So I've got a bunch of different push gravers that we're trying, and then the trusty old X-Acto knife. What's up, Mav? How are you? No, you cannot acid etch micarta. I mean, the acid's not going to eat into it. Now, I could laser it if I had a laser.
You're serious. Let me laugh even harder.
Now, maybe we could have Shanigan send us one of his sharks with one of those 10-watt lasers. Oh, and I said that I would give Bit Gamey a oh wait, Bit Gamey, did you leave already, or are you still here? Good night, Ratsky. Have a great night, my friend. Do another shout out for Ratsky. Okay, so I told you that I would give you 2 stupid redeems. Mine too, Mav. Back Pain Bros. So I told you I'd give you 2 stupid redeems. I just need to find them, and I'll give them to you. So there's the... You know what? I think I can do it right from here with the bot. Let's try this.
What are you doing, man? I don't like that.
Emotional, damn it!
Acres Ridge Forge and his awesome vices that fall apart. So there's the first stupid one. Now, the next stupid one, because these fall on either side of those bits that you did.
It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away, Mark. It's just one of those days. It's all about the he said, she said, think you better win, let it not live, or you can leave it with a bad lip.
Such a weird movie, right? But I freaking love Nick Cage in that movie. So that's Kick-Assless Cage. Oh yeah, Wicker Man is a weird movie. And then... oh, I've got all kinds of stupid redeems. I mean, we could go through them all.
Emotional damage.
And then for Traveling Ham, I'll do the one that's higher up there. I mean, it's also a command, but... let's see, what other stupid redeems do we've got? Oh, our friend Tim the Blacksmith. I actually love this one. So much.
What's up? Welcome to the Forge, yo. Let's go.
I have no idea why he did that, but he started to stream that way, and I'm like, this is freaking gold. So I clipped it, and now it's an emote. Oh, and then we got one of Rhinus too, Rhinus Leatherworks.
Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got.
I don't know why that goes black at the end of the clip, though. And then some of our Lego friends.
And it's about to fall out, which makes me a little sad. But that's about to fall out, and it's about to fall out, and it's about to fall out, which makes me.
He was wearing chainmail, yes. Yeah, I don't know. I sent him the video because I found it in his clips, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I got to do something with this. We already did those two, and then there's this one, another stupid one.
That's a lot of damage.
We're gonna do that when I finish the, where is it? So this wasn't for an order, it was just something that I started making. So you got this big old bushcraft knife in progress. We're gonna do some destructive testing on this when it's done. Yeah, they do a lot of coke. A lot of coke. Yeah, I really like those faded fullers too. So basically what I do is I leave it, I don't forge bevels in or anything if I'm doing one of those faded fullers. I just get it flat and forged to shape. And then I put the fuller in, so I'll mill it in or use the grinder, depending on how I'm feeling and which one I like. And I'll fuller all the way to the end. And then when I grind it, I grind in a distal taper. Distal taper meaning it gets, if you're looking at the spine of the knife, it gets thinner and thinner towards the tip. Right, so it's like a triangle, right, towards the tip. And then a combination of the distal taper and grinding in the bevels, the fuller disappears at the end and starts to fade. And depending on how thick your starting material is and how thin you grind your distal taper, that'll determine how far up the blade the fuller fades. But they look fantastic. All right, so there was that one. And then what's this one? Oh, this one's so stupid, and I love it. It's probably my other favorite one. Bon Goaty.
She said, "You want some throat coat?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Excuse me?" She goes, "Yeah, throat coat." She goes, "It's really good." The cowboy throat coat. But this is my first time. It did help out a lot with my cough.
My
This
water.
is my first time going this long. I didn't like the flavor.
Nobody does it better.
AZ Panoy. Oh, I love that guy. He was talking about throat coat tea. But he just, it was like his 24-hour stream towards the end of it. And he just said so many questionable things. Yeah, it was tea. I'll skip the screaming
Stand
cowboy.
back, I gotta practice my stabbing.
Blindsided, thank you for that follow. Oh, and our friend Zach Rutledge.
When you were partying, I studied the blade.
I wanted to.
You were my brother, Anakin. I love you.
I taught myself how to do those lightsaber effects in After Effects. All right, Bit Gamey, have a great night, my friend. What's up, Jack? We're just going through the stupid redeems.
Wiener, 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 wiener,
One wiener next to another wiener.
wiener, wiener,
Two wieners alongside yet another wiener. Wiener party, wiener party,
party,
soft
wiener party,
wieners, nice and soft, non-erect
flopping
wieners.
flopping wieners, dangle
Hard wieners in my bag.
Prophet DNA. Freaking love Prophet. That was Prophet in his wiener hat. Yeah, hat. And then I had to throw one to troll other people in there in case anybody ever does it. Hi. They also have taco hats. And I think he's got a big full body wiener costume. Alright, let me finish what I'm doing real quick and then we'll wrap up. So, like 10 minutes or so. I just have to get this line in there. Ah! Ah! What's this? What's this? More what? Are you telling me that I need to sing? Is that what you're trying to do? There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. The winds blew up and her bow dipped down. Oh, blow, my bully boys, blow. Huh. Yeah. More? Okay, I'll do it when I come inside. I cannot sing to save my life. I can play guitar, but I cannot sing. But the little one loves to get me to sing, and she likes me to sing that song, and she's heard it, and seen on YouTube. I mean, she doesn't know what she's seeing, right? But she knows that, keeping the beat, clapping on your chest. So whenever she wants me to sing, she goes like this. She taps herself on the chest, and she's like, "Dad, sing." She's basically saying, "Dance, monkey, dance." So I do have an idea for Obi-Wan. I do have one of those screaming cowboy redeems. And I was going to bring Obi-Wan into that. So, Jack, question for you. Get your thoughts on this. I don't know that you've ever actually done it, but I am engraving my Carta. And I'm sure you know how my Carta is made. So the challenge is with engraving the logo, engraving the shape, the fibers go every way except for the way that flows with the shape of the design. Do you have any thoughts on engraving? We're trying it with a Dremel right now. Not really, Jack. Because here's the thing. There's two grain directions. Because it's a woven fabric, right? So you have a grain running this way as well as a grain running this way. Because it makes it very difficult to use actual gravers. No. So this is the burr that I was using just now, and I switched to a round burr. Of the same type. Yeah, the difficult part is there's certain spots in there that are harder than others, is what I'm finding. Like when you get down into the material. Yeah, no, it's well, I don't know. I don't know, you know, because the plan is that it's a one-off, but you know, it could turn into more. I can't control what people ask for. I can control whether I say yes or not. I mean, it looks pretty shit with the paper on, but I'm sure once I sand it down, I can clean it up. Well, I thought about colored resin only for getting the color the way I want. Like, since it's black micarta, I thought about doing the white as the engraved part and filling it with the white resin. But I'd have to get white pigment. And white resin. Uh-oh. Alright. Is that what you want to do, lady? Well, let me, if you want to consider that, if you want to think about that, let me price it out. I don't know how much pigment and resin is going to cost. So let me price it out before we just start doing it. But if it's something that, you know, fits in within the budget and the price range that we already discussed, or if it's reasonable, so it's not like a huge well, you tell me what's reasonable, right? So I will price it out, and then you tell me whether or not it's reasonable, and if you want to do it. Yeah, this isn't going to work this way. Okay. I'm going to have to change the logo a little bit. So we'll stop right here for tonight. So I can play around in Photoshop and thicken up these lines. Because as I'm grinding this, what I'm realizing here is that without a raised circle, so this white part on the logo, if the whites are the high spots, I would need this raised circle with then a relief cut around it to make this black R stand out, because otherwise it's gonna look like, here, I'll show you. It's not gonna quite look like an R. We might be changing directions, Randy. I'm just gonna clean this up real quick a little bit more so I can show you all what I'm thinking, what I'm talking about. And this is why it is good to practice. You can discover these kinds of things. Okay. Let me, you know what, as long as we're almost done, let me do this part too. Yeah. Have a good night, Jack, you beautiful bastard. Alright, I'm not going to switch to the other graver tip. Let me grind this off real quick and then show you what the concern is. Now that we're working through this, and then we will find somebody to raid. Okay, so obviously it's really ugly. I didn't take the time to get it all cleaned up yet. This because we're just practicing on the material on which technique we're gonna do. But here's my concern now that I'm actually doing this with the logo, is that this R, which is the black on the logo, without getting the white. Let me see if I have a larger version out here. I don't think I do. So without doing a raised bit around it that touches this, I don't know that it's really easy to tell that that's an R. Especially once I get in here and clean up the raised R, I don't know that it's going to be quite as easy to tell that the relief cut, not a relief cut, but that the engraved part is an R as well. But I will take a picture and let Lady decide, because we have to discuss whether or not we're going to do a resin fill anyway. And if we do a resin fill, all we're going to do is basically reverse the way that we engraved this. So the white spots would be cut in, the black would be high spots, and then we would just fill the parts we cut with resin. But it's pretty late out there for them. So, and Lady said she was tired. Don't blame at all. Oh, let's see. Who's online? Who do we want to raid? Well, it was a productive night. We learned a lot. So I'm excited. I'm happy with that progress. We figured out what we do like, what we don't like in terms of how we're going to do the thing, what process we're going to use. I think I'm going to look around at other Dremel bits that I might like better. Yeah. Dig in the white. Okay. I like that idea. And so here's why I like that idea as well, Lady. So, because what I can do with the logo, if we pretend... Oh, I'm an idiot. Let's try this again. Derp. So if we pretend that that part that's cut in is the way that it's going to be, right? Then the circle that I cut around it can also be filled with the resin, which will make the black R, I think, stand out better. Yeah, Randy, please do. I'm definitely open to it. Carving micarta like this is definitely a challenge. But I like it. It's a good challenge. And the knife itself came out phenomenal. I love it. Just to recap where we're at, because so we did this handle this morning. On the stream this morning. And it's not completely finished, so it looks a lot lighter, but it is a black canvas micarta, and we did black white liners for some accent colors to match the logo, and it's a Damascus San Mai. Come on, focus. Well, you get the idea. It's Damascus San Mai. It's a very pretty knife. I like it. And it feels, you know, because it's got that kind of tanto curve to it, it feels like if you were to slash with it, that it just really wants to dig in, right? Like take limbs off, kind of. Like it just feels phenomenal. But all in all, it was a productive day. We got the handle all almost done. We just have to figure out how, you know, we're going to have to do the engraving and find the resin and all that stuff. Yeah, I appreciate that, Randy. I'm happy with how it's turning out. Very happy. We learned a lot with the test engraving on my Carta, and I had time to take some family to the airport earlier. So all in all, it was a good day, productive day. Father's Day is tomorrow, so happy Father's Day to all the dads. Or the single parents that do both jobs. But happy Father's Day. I will be spending the day with the family, just kind of hanging out tomorrow. And then we'll be back in the shop on Tuesday, as per usual. Let's see who's online that we want to raid. Quite a few friends on. Quite a few. Ooh, I wonder what Spectral's doing. I haven't seen Spectral on in a while. Ooh, Spectral's doing some Spider-Man art. Ios is playing some games. A lot of gaming friends. Lego friends. The Sharps are on. Sharp Balloons. We just rated them the other day, though. Any requests or suggestions for a raid? I am open to those too. Yeah, we raided Ace not too long ago too. Raided Ace quite a bit. The Spectral Void is super cool. He's doing Spider-Man art right now. He's a phenomenal artist. He does. He works for Springfield Leather, I believe, but he does art streams as well. Like a really phenomenal artist, and he's got a handful of people watching right now, so we could always go spread the love, or I'm always down for new friends too. There's a lot of the folks that are on we've all raided recently, and they're all deserving of raids, so don't get me wrong, but I like to mix it up. How long is that? Carolingian sword. Okay. that might be possible. It's kind of pushing the limits of how large of a blade I can heat treat with my current setup. Mostly the tempering, it would be the issue. Let me. I mean, if you're serious about it and you really want to, shoot me a DM, shoot me a message, and either here or on Discord or on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you know, anywhere, it doesn't matter. There's the links, and there's the Discord. You know, we can discuss it because there are people that I know that if you're serious about getting a sword, if it's not something that I would want to do, you know, either because I don't feel I would do a good job, or if I don't have, you know, like a good example would be a Scottish Claymore. I'll tell you right now, I can't do a Scottish Claymore. I have no way to heat treat that properly, so I would say no. But I do know a lot of other fellow smiths, and I would absolutely refer you to somebody that I would trust to do that work if it's something that I wouldn't do. So about 3 feet is about the max that I can heat treat currently. I can harden it, but tempering becomes an issue once you hit about 3 feet or so. But I can figure all that out and figure out the lengths and stuff. Because I've done larger blades. I do larger blades. I don't have the Gladius out here right now, but I got a Gladius that's partway done. It's been heat treated and stuff, but it needs all the finish grinding and handle work and stuff to be done. And that's about as long as my arm. So it's like 3 feet, something like that. Oh, 2.5. Yeah, it's like 28-inch total length. So I could probably do something a little bit bigger. So I could probably go up to maybe 32-inch overall length. But we can figure that stuff out. Just shoot me a message. So yeah, about 3 feet or so. All right. Yeah, let's go give some love over to Spectra Void. Just check makers. Yep, we're gonna raid Spectra Void. So stick around, drop some love, drop some follows for Spectra Void. He's a phenomenal artist, super nice person too. And then we'll be back on Tuesday, and I'm sure I'll see a lot of you around in the various streams or in your own streams over the next few days. But it's a great night. I appreciate y'all. You're fantastic. Thank you everybody for the awesome raids, all the new friends, the subs, the bits. Y'all are fantastic. Freaking love y'all. Heckin' amazing. Lady, you too. You have a great night. Consummate Nerd, have an awesome night. All of the friends, have a fantastic night. And as always, freaking love you. Be excellent to each other. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye.